Hello everybody, welcome back to the sessions on power electronics by Ramana. Here we start the session 3 in which we will mainly discuss the SCR characteristics, that is VA characteristics of SCR from the viewpoint of control aspects, that is gate control and how the voltage and currents are varied through the SCR and load inter. But before going to discuss those things, let me go back to the previous session, which ended abruptly due to some technical glitch, and we could not uh, discuss the biasing conditions of SCR totally. So, we will have a recap of what we have discussed in the previous session, that is session 2, and then proceed to the contents of this session. In, in the previous session, our main emphasis was on the constructional details of SCR, how the different layers are doped, and how the SCR works in different conditions when the voltage is applied between anode and cathode with a positive supply, and also between cathode and anode as positive supply, or forward bias when anode is made with positive with respect to cathode, and then forward reverse bias when cathode is made positive with respect to anode. And again, this working was compared by comparing the construction of the SCR by splitting it into two equal halves, where it will result as if two transistors PNP and NPN are connected back to back as shown in this equivalent circuit. And we have already discussed how the collector currents add to the base currents and cumulative action takes place with the gain of each with the gain of each transistor at each transistor level, and eventually a high conduction current flows through the SCR. From the viewpoint of your assignments and examination question answers, when the construction of SCR is asked, you have to mainly explain the orientation of different layers, the doping of various layers, and the different materials used for the construction of SCR, and the types of construction which I have explained in the previous session, that is epithelial type of construction and MESA type of construction. Then when it comes to the working, you have to compare with two transistor analogy is an aspect where you will be simply discussing how the current goes on increasing from anode to cathode due to the cumulative action of the gains of the transistors connected in back to back. So this is two transistor analogy as compared to the construction of the SCR, how the anode current or forward current through the SCR increases. Then comes the other aspects of forward and reverse biasing of SCR. and from the same circuit from which we will study the forward and reverse bias conditions and behavior of SCR, from the same thing we can obtain VA characteristics of SCR. But before actually discussing the VA characteristics in deep, just we will put or concentrate on only the behavior of SCR under forward biased conditions and reverse biased condition. And this is the circuit which is used for operating the SCR, and in the shown orientation, when anode is connected positive with respect to cathode and gate circuit is opened, that is, there will not be any current flowing inside the gate, and whatever voltage applied voltage we are giving, it will be appearing across the anode and cathode or SCR. And there is one more modification when compared to the previous session. In the previous session, in the slides, this load was shown in series before the SCR, but strictly speaking, according to electrical engineering aspects, the load should be after the cathode, or you can just realize it as switch. The SCR is nothing but a switch, so switch should be connected in the phase side of the load, where the load should be connected towards the neutral side of the load. That is why it has been slightly modified as load is connected after SCR in series. Both will work good, but this is the proper presentation of load. With this orientation of the circuit, when you go on increasing the voltage, applied voltage from 0 and gradually increase, the things which we have discussed with this orientation is, when compared with the construction of the SCR, PN layers, junctions J1, J2, J3, when anode is positive with respect to cathode and the voltage is increased, P is repelled and N is attracted, or the holes in the outer P region and the electrons in the inner N region will try to enter into the junction J1 because of the repelling and attraction action, and similarly towards the cathode end, as it is connected to the negative terminal, the electrons inside the outer N region and holes inside the inner P region will try to enter the junction J3, and with these conditions both junctions J1 and J3 will become thinner and thinner, they will vanish in very less time. But with the same effect, what happens is the holes from the inner P region and electrons from the inner N region are going away from the junction J2, that is the middle junction, because of which the width of the junction J2 goes on increasing and increasing. Because of that, the total applied voltage will be blocking across this junction J2. So in this condition, or this forward biasing condition, junctions J1 and J3 are forward biased and they will vanish, but J2 goes on increasing and it is reverse biased. If you further increase the voltage slightly, the current goes on increasing due to the leakage currents from anode to cathode, which are of very small order, of the order of microamperes to milliamps. But as you go on increasing the applied voltage or forward voltage or anode to cathode voltage, there comes a condition where the junction J2 will break down, as the voltage will be sufficiently large to break down the junction J2, which is called as avalanche breakdown. Due to this avalanche breakdown, there is a steep rise in the current flowing from anode to cathode, and SCR current increases, it will go into conduction mode. And the voltage at which the junction J2 breaks down is called as VBO, that is forward breakover voltage. And when we see the VA characteristics of the SCR, this is the region where voltage is increased from 0 gradually, and current in the starting will be increasing very slowly. It is nothing but forward leakage current, and after that it increases gradually, but again it will not be sufficient for conduction. But as the voltage increases and becomes equal to forward breakover voltage, avalanche breakdown occurs, and the total voltage which was blocked by the SCR till then, that falls. That is, voltage drop across the SCR falls down to very lower values, and the current increases rapidly. Current through the SCR increases rapidly. The region which is shown here from the 0 to VBO, this is called forward blocking state or forward blocking mode or off state of the SCR. SCR is used in three different states where it will be connected to the supply voltage will be appearing across it, but it will be fully blocking it, but it will not conduct. That is forward blocking or off state. And next comes after breakover voltage, when the SCR conducts and enter into smooth conduction, it is called forward conduction state or on state. This is the second state. So in the forward biased conditions, we will be operating the SCR in two modes, that is off state and on state. Just make a point that so far we didn't have any focus on the gate currents or gate voltages, and so far the SCR conduction is discussed with respect to increase of forward voltage only, and this forward breakover voltage corresponds to Ig0, that is gate current is 0. And when it comes to the other side, that is the third quadrant, that is reverse biased condition, cathode is made positive with respect to anode. As usual, gate is open. So again we will try to increase only the voltage between the cathode and anode. Just when compared to the forward biased, again a very small reverse leakage current flows through the SCR from cathode to anode, but when compared to the forward leakage current, this will be further less, very less, of the order of few microamperes and even maybe nanoamperes. And this is called as reverse blocking or reverse off state. And again, SCR will be used only in this reverse blocking or off state, where it will be just blocking the supply voltage, but it will not conduct any reverse current in any condition. But if you further increase the reverse voltage, there appears reverse breakdown. When you compare these junctions in the reverse biased conditions, junction J2 will vanish immediately because the holes from the inner P region and electrons from the inner N region will enter into junction J2, but this opposite will occur at the junctions J1 and J3, so they will go on increasing in their width. So very less current flows, total voltage will be blocked across the SCR, as both junctions J1 and J3 are having high width. So if you again go on increasing the voltage at sufficiently high voltage, both junctions J1 and J3 will be broken down. Again, reverse avalanche occurs and very high rate of change of current or steep current flows through the SCR. Avalanche of electron flow will be there and very high current flows, and even when you compare to the forward conduction current and reverse conduction current, you can see that this is almost a 90-degree steep, whereas this is a tapering steep in the conduction mode of the forward. So in this reverse mode, high rate of current will be there. Because of that, high hotspots will be created inside the SCR and it gets permanently damaged. That is why SCR is never used in reverse conduction mode, and it is always operated only in the reverse blocking mode. That too, all precautions will be taken so that the reverse applied voltage will not increase more than the reverse breakover voltage. So that is the concept of reverse bias of the SCR. And when you are asked to explain the forward and reverse biased conditions or working of SCR in forward and reverse conditions, this is the explanation which is required to be given. And the same things now we will discuss more elaborately from the aspects of the VA characteristics, which I have discussed in the previous session also regarding some currents and voltages. That we will discuss again. Now we will keep our focus on main characteristics of SCR, VI characteristics. You might have noticed a difference in the sequence which we call this. Normally in the previous subjects, you might have come across these characteristics of electronic components as IV characteristics. In this case, mainly the voltage is the main cause and current flowing through the SCR is the effect. So it is taken on the y-axis and voltage is taken on the x-axis. So they are called VA characteristics of SCR and static characteristics of SCR. And the theory behind how the voltage and currents are increased, that we have already discussed. Now we will draw our focus onto the breakover voltages, conduction mode, blocking state, and how they will vary. So far we have discussed that no gate pulse is given. We have operated the SCR as if it were only a two-terminal device instead of three-terminal. That is, though gate terminal is there, we didn't connect gate or given any supply to the gate, and whatever supply which we have given to the SCR is only between anode and cathode, and the current is flowing from only anode to cathode. It acted just like a two terminal device only. Because of this condition, it requires very high voltage to get broken down and enter into conduction mode. Now in these characteristics, after breakover voltage, what happens is suddenly SCR acts like a closed switch, or that is a short circuit. So voltage across it falls down to very low values. Until the point of VBO, the total applied voltage is blocked by the SCR in forward blocking voltage, or Vs is equal to VSCR. Now after Forward breakover voltage, avalanche breakdown occurs, current increases rapidly, voltage across the SCR falls down to very low values, and now the load will be getting a voltage which is Vs minus VSCR, or from the supply voltage, after deducting the voltage drop across the SCR, from the supply voltage, after deducting the voltage drop across the SCR, remaining voltage will now be available across the load. Load starts to get voltage and currents, and there will be a steep rise in the SCR current. The same current will be flowing through the load now as it is connected in series. But our main emphasis will be on the maintenance of SCR in this on state or conduction mode, and what are the features of it. Just after the breakdown, current goes on increasing and increasing through the SCR, but still it will not be considered as on state, and it will be considered as if it has entered into the on state when and only when the forward current increases above a value called as latching current. Latch, as the name indicates, it is a lock which pulls up. It is a lock which locks the SCR current to be more than it. Latching current is defined as that value of current when the forward current increases, becomes equal to that latching current. SCR will be pulled into conduction mode once the forward breakover voltage is reached. But after entering into the conduction mode or on state, due to the variations of load and even in the supply voltage, current may decrease, fall down even below the latching current after some time, but still SCR will be conducting in the on state. It will still keep its rate of rise of current, but it will not come to forward blocking state. But when the current still decreases because of some reason and falls below a value called as holding current, then it will immediately get turned off and comes into forward blocking region. And normally we will be operating the SCR and maintaining it in the forward blocking region when not required. So the holding current is defined as the minimum current required to be flowing through the SCR to maintain it in on state, below which, or when the current falls below the holding current value, SCR immediately comes into the forward blocking mode, and you can call it as off state. So this is the main feature of the SCR. But the actual and the most important and interesting feature of the SCR is when there will be a positive voltage given between the gate and cathode. When the switch is closed, very small voltage when compared to the applied voltage, the voltage applied to the gate and cathode, gate positive with respect to cathode, positive voltage is very less. It is around 1 to 2% or maximum 5% of the applied voltage, and that too it is just for some moment. It is not a continuous voltage or continuous thing. You can just see it as a triggering pulse. When such triggering pulse or positive voltage is given between gate and cathode, now as already compared, there is some leakage current flowing through the SCR. Now, due to the closure of the switch, gate current enters into the P region. The electrons will now get immediately attracted to them. Because of this, there starts a heavy increase of flow from anode to cathode direction. Before that, the current flowing from anode to cathode was there, but it was less. But due to this added current flow, now it goes on increasing. The cumulative action occurs, and as the more and more current is drawn by the cathode, what happens is now the junction J2 will start to decrease, and this happens in very less time because of this gate triggering pulse, as this gate region is heavily doped. The gate region is heavily doped with the holes, that is deficiency of electron. And so, in the forward biasing condition, when compared to the previous case where SCR was turned on as if it were a two-terminal device, now when the third terminal gate is given with a triggering pulse or positive supply between gate and cathode, it conducts in lesser time and lesser voltages. The concept of this gate current biasing is shown with these dotted lines. The main characteristic curve is like this, where VBO is reached without any gate current. Now, so the actual characteristics with zero gate current will be like this. Now, when we apply some gate voltage, a gate current flows through the circuit and SCR is turned on at lesser voltages when compared to VBO. At lesser voltages when compared to VBO. So the forward breakover voltage corresponding to a gate current IG1 will be now VBO1, which will always be less than VBO. And now the VA characteristic curve will take a shape or locus like this. If you further increase the gate current, SCR will turn on and go from off state to on state even at lesser voltages than the corresponding VBO1 at a voltage called VBO2, and characteristic will take a new shape from this locus. So we can easily understand from this that when the same voltage is maintained across the anode and cathode with a very small pulse or triggering pulse or firing pulse given between the gate and cathode, SCR will turn on and enter into conduction mode in lesser time and lesser voltages, even lesser voltages. So instead of higher voltages, we can give lesser voltages between anode cathode. SCR turns on. So that is how you can control the characteristics and turn on times. When compared to the actual condition of VBO, by giving gate currents, by increasing gate currents, you are able to turn on SCR at lesser voltages, and also the turn on time will go on decreasing. Means you are able to control the turn on time of SCR by applying gate signal or gate pulse. That is why SCR is called as, actually it is a silicon rectifier. It is called as, instead of SR, it is called as SCR, that is silicon controlled rectifier. It is this region where you can control the turn on time and forward biasing currents. That is why it is called as a controlled rectifier. And the same concepts are applicable to all the thyristor family devices where you can control the action at least up to some extent. That is why all these are called as controlled converters. But it is not that easy to turn on SCR as you like just by increasing the gate currents as you wish. There are certain limitations for the gate currents to flow as gate is heavily doped, gate region is heavily doped. With increasing gate currents, there will be high amount of electrons flowing, so the heat generated at the gate terminal region will be more, so the gate region may get damaged. There are certain limitations for allowable gate currents which are called as IG minimum and IG maximum. IG minimum and IG maximum. IG minimum is the gate current which is required to turn on the SCR at lesser voltages. This is IG minimum. Sorry, this is IG. IG3 is the maximum. IG3 is greater than IG2 is greater than IG1. When gate current is less, you require more forward breakover voltage. As the gate current goes on increasing, forward breakover voltage will also decrease. But as the gate currents are increased, hot spots will be appearing inside the gate region, so it gets damaged. There are certain limitations of minimum gate current and a maximum gate current, and also the corresponding gate voltage and gate currents. Those aspects also we have to discuss, and those will be discussed in the next session. IG minimum, IG maximum, VG minimum, VG maximum, VGO, that is the no triggering gate voltage, that is it is the voltage below which no triggering can happen. That is, if this is the VG minimum below which even if you increase the gate current, it will not conduct or it cannot be turned on. Likewise, there will be a VG maximum above which no gate pulse will be required. It will automatically get turned off. So these things will be discussed on the from the point of view of power distribution or heat dissipation also. Average power consumption in the gate circuit also be considered. Those gate characteristics will be discussed in the following sessions. So when you refer to various contents available on the internet and also in the textbooks, this is the VA characteristics without any gate current, which we have discussed for forward breakdown voltage and latching current, forward on state, forward leakage current, where SCR is just turned on as if it were a two terminal device. After discussing the SCR characteristics elaborately, now we will just have a look over the BA characteristics of a diode and try to compare them. Diode characteristics we have already learnt in the previous semesters, and here is the graph of diode characteristics of a PN junction diode, where in the forward biasing condition or first quadrant compared to SCR, as the forward voltage is increased, the forward current will increase slightly and very gradually because of the leakage currents, and when the forward breakover voltage is reached, when the forward breakover voltage is reached, which is called as V voltage in case of this diode, then diode conducts as if it were a closed switch and current increases rapidly. The same thing when we compare with the SCR characteristics, it is not the case. There is a lot of difference in this conduction current or forward conduction current or on state. If we compare this knee voltage as a breakover voltage, then after breakover voltage, the voltage drop across the SCR falls down rapidly to very low values, and then current increases rapidly and it enters into the conduction mode somewhere over here. And in case of diode, it simply the forward current simply increases with increase in voltage, and after breakover of the junction it conducts and current will increase. You will not have any control, or you cannot impose any control aspect in this case, like in case of SCR, where you can control the turn on times and you can make the SCR to turn on at different breakover voltages by injecting gate currents, which is not possible in case of diode, because it is just a two terminal device. There is no provision for any gate. That is why diode is not a controllable device. When you use diode as a rectifier, it will be simply called as a rectifier but not a controlled rectifier, whereas SCR is having characteristics where you can control its turn on times by injecting gate currents so that SCR turns on at voltages less than the breakover voltage, forward breakover voltage. As in this region, you can control the characteristics of the SCR and its turn on times. That is why it is called as controlled rectifier. And also, the other feature which we have discussed is the voltage drop when SCR is conducting in the on state. In the conduction mode, the voltage drop across the SCR is very very less when compared to diode. Just visualize it back, where after breakover conduction current is passing a locus like this, and a large voltage drop is there across the diode. So these are the advantages of SCR, that its characteristics can be controlled so that turn on times can be decreased, and also the voltage drop across the SCR is very less when compared to a diode. So these are the main aspects of VA characteristics of the SCR, in which we have to mainly understand the terms forward blocking or off state, forward conduction or on state, reverse blocking state. These are the three states in which SCR is operated, and there are three other important parameters: forward breakover voltage at which junction J2 breaks down and SCR enters into conduction mode, and latching current IL. When the forward current through the SCR becomes more than the latching current, it will be pulled into the conduction mode. Once forward breakover voltage is crossed, or when gate control is used, once after entering into the conduction mode, even if the gate voltage is removed, it will be maintained into the conduction state, that is latching current. Holding current is once after entering into the conduction mode, even if the current decreases below the latching current value, SCR will still conduct and it will be maintained in the on state. But when it falls below the value of holding current, then it will be immediately pulled down to forward blocking mode. So these are the main features of VA characteristics of SCR. And to summarize the things, it is a four-layer, three-junction PNP device. Three terminals of SCR are anode, gate, and cathode. It is just similar to combination of two transistors, depending on which we have discussed the two transistor analogy for working. SCR has different VA characteristics in forward and reverse bias, as we have seen. The three states are forward blocking all those things. The conduction, and mainly in the forward bias, the conduction and blocking capabilities of SCR are utilized, but it will never be used in reverse bias as it permanently gets damaged and it cannot be reused again. So SCR is operated in three states, namely off state, on state, and reverse blocking state. Now, just to have a brainstorming like this, try to answer these questions. In SCR, the anode current comprises of anode current is nothing but the forward current of SCR or SCR current, or the current flowing from anode to cathode of the SCR. The options are electrons only, electrons are holes, electrons and holes, holes only. Unlike the other electronic components, in case of SCR, anode current is due to the flow of both electrons and holes, which will diffuse across and travel across the junctions J1 and J2 and J3 in all the directions. So it is, the answer is C, electrons as well as, that is electrons as well as holes, or electrons and holes. The anode current comprises of electrons and holes. Once SCR starts conducting forward current, its gate loses control over. Once SCR starts conducting forward current, its gate loses control over anode voltage only, anode current only, anode voltage and current, anode voltage, current and time. This is actually a tricky question. It can be anode current, anode voltage and current both. You can answer anode voltage and current. Strictly speaking, these things can be understood as it can control the rate of rise of the anode current or the increase in anode current. That is, when gate triggering pulse is given, it aids in increase of forward current, that is current from anode to cathode, because of which voltage will decrease. Voltage drop across the SCR will decrease. So from these options, the probable and optimal option is best possible option is anode voltage and current. From this, from the exam point of view, we'll get the questions on explain the construction working of SCR with a neat sketch. Construction and working of SCR with a neat sketch. You have to explain the formation of layers, how they are embedded, how they are connected to the heat sink and electronic circuit board, and working explain in terms of just forward bias and reverse biased condition. You need not explain the VA characteristics. Just you have to discuss how the junctions will vanish, how the current will increase in both forward and reverse bias, how avalanche breakdowns occur. Draw and explain the VA characteristics of an SCR. This we have to elaborately explain what we have discussed in this session, including of latching current, holding current, gate current control at different breakover voltages. Write short notes on two transistor analogy of an SCR. This is a straightforward question which we have already discussed, and these are the important aspects of SCR which we have discussed so far. And in the next session, we will be continuing the topics on SCR, where we will be discussing the turn on time, turn off time, and different ratings of SCR in terms of current, voltage, that is anode current and voltage, gate current and gate voltage, and other limitations regarding the power consumptions and heat dissipations. Thank you.